all the stories deal with the same thematics, which was probably one of the most exciting things of the writer's room, because we didn't start the project with that thematic in mind.
It kind of naturally became really about familial relationships, these kind of bonds that are really unbreakable, and I think once those values were kind of decided upon, the stories just kind of sprung up organically around that.
I love that in a story like this, where there are 8 different perspectives, we get to see it fleshed out from all different angles. The story in Closing Night is really relatable. There's a lot that is universal in terms of a mother-daughter relationship and the love between a mother and daughter, but within the context of a Chinese-Australian family, there are certain nuances that I found really enjoyable and recognisable. With the character of Winnie, we don't often see her be very warm with Angel. It's about what Winnie is doing through the way they come together over a meal, the way they speak with each other in Cantonese or Chinglish, a hybrid of Chinese and English as well, and how she is protecting Angel, that we see the love rather than her verbalising it. And I think that's very common for Chinese families. When you have parents who are migrants, there is a real sense of what they've sacrificed for their kids, and there's a real responsibility that a child who's raised here feels, and you really see that in Angel's story. She's got her own life that she wants, but at her heart, family is so important, and her mum is such a big part of that.
Thematically, family, it's explored in 2 ways in The Long Shift, your traditional biological family, and then also the idea of found family and the importance of both and how they come together. So for Roxanne, she's out in Australia making the sacrifice to send money home and hopefully provide a better life for her husband and her son. But what keeps her going through every day is her found family. So you have Bebot and Cynthia and Salve, her fellow nurses, who kind of keep her up and motivated. There's a real sense of friendship and camaraderie with these women that I really was drawn to, because it is something I grew up with, seeing these strong women come together and rally each other.
So I'm very thankful to be able to show on screen an authentic portrayal of a migration story in progress, you know, where a Filipino mother has come to Australia and is sending money back to her husband and child at home, and is going with years and years and years of not being able to see her child. My mom did several years away from the family as well, and I think it's something that's very ingrained in Filipino culture.
What's worked really well is that each of the writers have written a very specific story about their cultural background, and from specificity we get universality, and from that specific detail these universal themes of family have emerged, and there's, you know, nothing more human and nothing more universal than the idea of family and being with people that we care about, or being separated from people we care about.
At the heart of it, we all want to know and understand where we come from, or we all have that real sense of what is home. For our characters, they're either pulling towards that or pushing away from it.
We didn't sit down to say, let's write a film about parents and children, but naturally that's kind of what emanated from the writing process. It was very organic. It really did just come from all of us coming together and talking and sharing ideas.
There's no doubting that each of us come from very specific cultural backgrounds. So of course there were the themes of assimilation and what it means to be Australian embedded in all of our stories, but underneath all of that were those more universal ideas. Those are the themes that are going to connect with global audiences.